You ask me a question, so the most respectable thing. No, I don't speak Hebrew. What is Hebrew?
Hebrews, but you're getting caught up in the devil's language.
What is Hebrew?
You're getting caught up in the
Can you
devil's
speak
language.
Hebrew?
Listen,
So
why?
are you gonna let me answer the question?
Why are you getting caught up
Which
in
language?
the devil's language?
Give me that with stammering lips. If I'm gonna answer you, I'm gonna answer you from the Bible. My opinion means nothing. I'm a wicked man. My opinion means nothing.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 11.
What's this?
For with stammering lips
For with stammering lips, which means other languages, read.
and another tongue
Another tongue means other languages, right? Read.
will he speak to this people.
Now, a brother came up earlier on. A brother came up asking about multiple wives, right? Can you have more than one wife? Now, when you read the Old Testament, you read about the forefathers having more than one wife. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But in today's society, is that permissible? Go to 1 Timothy and give me chapter 3 and start at verse 1. Now it's one wife.
Yo, who you asked to do that, sir?
Now, my man that was walking up and down, he's gone, right? I don't know, I can't remember his name.
Why you look so quite big? Why you do this in town where you some?
Yeah, man, that's why I asked, because we've been here before.
Listen, why don't you go to town and do
We do,
that?
we do.
No, but it makes more sense because
We go all over the world, bro.
nobody's
Every part of the world, you know what I mean?
Nobody's interested.
Well, you know what? Christ said prophesy to the wind. Somebody must hear it. Some people take a flyer. Guess what? They may just go on the website. They may see something that triggers their curiosity. And they may repent, just like I did. You know what I mean, bro? Read that.
Book of 1 Timothy 3 and verse 1.
You think you're a Hebrew Israelite?
This is a true saying.
Well, it's not that we think. Moses was pretty clear. Moses was...
How do you know you are?
All right, so that's a very excellent question. Excellent question. My man said, how do we know that we are the children of Israel? All right, go to Deuteronomy. Hold that. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and read verse 15 and then read verse 46. That's a very good question, my brother. Very good question. How can we stand here and say that we are the children of Israel, right? All right, so what's this? Read that. Come on.
The book of
Come on. What's this? Read that.
the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken.
Remember, we're here to teach.
Listen, why you getting caught up in the devil's
You can't all
language?
talk the same language.
Why you getting caught?
Listen, you asked me a
Why you getting
question.
caught up in the devil's language?
Bridger, you asked me a question, right? So let me give you the answer. That's how we dialogue. All right, you ask a question.
Why you getting caught up in the devil's
Wait,
language?
listen, you asked me a question, right? So let me give you the answer.
Ask me that question. Why you getting caught up in the devil's
Let me,
language?
you asked me a
Why you
question.
getting caught up in the devil's
Let
language?
me answer your question. Read that. Listen, it's impossible. It's impossible to dialogue if you're all talking over each other.
No, but why are you
It's not-
getting
Give me
caught up
1
in the
Corinthians
devil's
chapter 14 and verse
language?
40.
I know.
Read that.
I know, man, you're not from a black person.
What's this?
No, no, read that. The book is like what was read to us at the beginning.
Come on.
Why are you getting caught up in the devil's language?
Verse 40. Come on, man. Let all things be done decently and order.
Listen, why are you getting
The
caught
book
up in
of
the devil's
first-
language? That's what I want to know, innit?
You only recite the same things you were taught.
The book,
Going to
Come
Sunday
on.
school.
the book of 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
So let's all things be done decently and in order.
Listen.
That's one thing we haven't learned yet as a people. All right. So you asked me a question, brother. You asked me a question. So the most respectable thing. No, I don't speak Hebrew. What is Hebrew?
Hebrews, but you're getting caught up in the devil's language.
What is Hebrew?
You're getting caught up in the
Can you
devil's
speak
language.
Hebrew? You can speak
But
Hebrew.
You're getting caught up in the devil's
What
language.
is Hebrew? Because
You're
guess
getting-
what? Guess
you're
what?
getting caught- but
Guess
ask
what?
your
brother?
question.
No,
Ask my
Listen,
question. Why are you getting
you
caught up
asked
in
me
the
one
devil's
question.
language? I said,
You
why-
wanted me to answer it, then you jumped to another.
I said, why?
So are you gonna let me answer
I
the
said,
question?
Why are you getting caught up
Which
in
language?
the devil's language?
Give me that with stammering lips. Another.
I said to you.
Sorry,
I'm
Isaiah.
14.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you. I'm
What's
asking,
this?
I'm asking what that says.
No, brother.
I'm asking you.
Listen, if I'm gonna answer you, I'm gonna answer you from the Bible. My opinion means nothing. I'm a wicked man. My opinion means nothing.
Right.
My opinion means nothing, brother. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 11.
What's this?
For with stammering lips
For with stammering lips, which means other languages, read.
and another tongue
Another tongue means other languages, right? Read.
will he speak to this people.
God speak to this people. Why? Because we were taken in captivity, my brother.
Bring it out.
Right? Guess what? We were listen. Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
The English took us into captivity, right? And then what happened to us?
Hear me out.
We learned the language of the slave master. Am I wrong or right?
Hear me out.
Am I wrong or right, brother?
I'm saying, why are you getting caught up in the devil's language?
What language is that? Read that again, Frim. I don't think you heard
But
it.
what language is that in?
This is in English. I speak English. So you want me speaking French? I don't understand French. You want me speaking Spanish? I don't understand Spanish.
That's what I'm saying.
You want me speaking German? I don't understand German. All right, maybe you want me to speak in Gujarati. I don't understand Gujarati, but I do understand English because that's the language that I grew up in.
Right.
That's the language that was enforced on our foreparents by our slave master. Read that again.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 11.
Come on.
For with stammering lips
Come on.
and another tongue
Another tongue means other language. Read.
will he speak to this people.
Why? Go give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Why?
Yep.
Because we were going to be scattered amongst all nations.
Right.
And in those nations, we will be speaking other languages.
That's right.
That's why some of us speak French.
Right.
Some of us speak Portuguese.
Right.
Guess what? We even have our people in India
Right.
speaking Punjabi, speaking Gujarati. We've got
Right.
our people in Arabia
Right.
speaking Arabic. You understand, my
Bring it
brother?
out.
Why? Because we were scattered there as slaves. Read out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
Come on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall scatter you as a people. Scatter amongst all people. Read.
From one end of the earth even unto the other.
From one end of the earth unto the other, the people of the book, God's people, will be scattered amongst all people. How were they scattered? Through slavery.
That's right.
You understand, my brother? You got the sub-Saharan slavery, where the Arabs were enslaving us for over 1,000 years. No one talks about that captivity.
Right.
You understand? 1619, the Europeans came to Africa, and guess what? They took millions of Africans and brought them as slaves. And guess what they did? They took them to the four corners of the earth. Guess what they did once they got there? They changed, they renamed them, and they forced their religion on them. So to ask me what language I'm speaking in, that don't make no sense. That don't make. I'm English, but I'm born in this country. What language am I going to speak?
Bring it out.
What language am I going to speak? Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And when we're scattered to the four corners of the earth, we're going to serve other gods. We're going to serve other gods. Hey, sister, you all right? Sis, can I ask you a question? Come quickly, sister. Come. Come, sis. And there, when you're scattered amongst these nations, you're going to serve other gods. Read. Come on.
Which neither thou nor thy father have known.
And your forefathers never knew these gods. When you were taken to Spain and you had to worship the God of the Spaniards, your fathers never knew that God.
Right.
Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. The wood represents the Christian cross and the stone represents the cobblestone in
Bring it
Mecca.
out.
Why? Because those are the two biggest religions that you find our people.
That's right.
We're either Muslims in our millions or Christians in our millions. You see what I'm saying, brother?
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, His word, His word, His word.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.